All right, good morning, class. This is just a quick overview of how to do these activities. Remember that you're expected to have the rules which I had provided to you on a previous assignment. These rules are also going to be made available to you on Google Classroom. So remember that these 10 rules will need your knowledge of the periodic table, which you should also have, just so that you have a way to reference them. So if you do not have a periodic table nor these rules, it would be very difficult to do these assignments. So please make sure you have those available. So for example, the first one that you are going to need to do is, so for example, let's take sodium chloride, for example. Sodium is Na, and that is found in group 1. So if you take a look at the rules, group 1 is going to be +1 in terms of their oxidation numbers, at least usually. So therefore, you can safely put that is +1 for oxidation number. Well, and in this case, there's only one sodium, so therefore the charge is also going to be 1+, because it's a 1 times 1. So this number, if there's no number there, that's essentially 1. The second part that you're going to be doing is including the Cl. Cl is group 17, so if you take a look at the rules here, I'm going to highlight it in blue. Group 17 is going to be -1, usually, unless it's with a less electron. It's when it's, especially if it is combined with a more or less electronegative element, in which case this one is combined with sodium, therefore it is definitely less electronegative. So therefore that is going to be -1. And because there is no subscript there, 1 times 1 is going to be also 1-. And this is just so that you can check your math to make sure that that is correctly determined that it is a neutral compound, which should be a neutral compound because there's no charge on top. Second example that we're going to do is MgCl2. So Mg is group 2, where you can find on the periodic table. Mg is a group 2 metal. So therefore, according to the rules, if you take a look at it, group 2 is going to be +2. So therefore, when you go to take a look at it on the chart, this should be +2. Since there is no subscript, this is just going to be 2+, because it's 1 times 2, therefore it's going to be 2+. The second one is Cl, and this one does have a subscript of 2. So with that subscript, what you want to be careful for is you need to multiply that to get the charge in total. So we already saw previously that Cl is 1- or -1 oxidation number, because it is group 17. Just in case you forgot, group 17 should be -1 in terms of their oxidation numbers, especially when they're combined with less electronegative elements, which magnesium is. So therefore, this is going to be -1. Because there's 2 of them, this is going to 2 times 1, this is going to get the 2- there. And that's going to get us to the 0, which is what most compounds should be. Any compound should be leading to the sum of the charge to be 0. Okay? I'm going to do one more example of CH4. So C is not in one of the rules. So therefore, I'm not expecting you to know that off the top of your head. You will have to determine that separately based on the other ones which are known. So in this case, hydrogen, you should know, because according to the rules, rule number 6, oxidation state of hydrogen should be +1. All right, unless it's combined with a metal. Carbon is not a metal. Therefore, that is going to be hydrogen. And there's 4 of them. That's the subscript there. And it is a +1 oxidation number. You need to know that the charge is going to be determined by 4 times 1, which is going to give you a 4 plus number. Remember, this whole thing should still equal 0 because there is no charge on this whole compound. So what number added to 4 plus will get you 0? Hopefully you realize that that should be 4 minus here. 4 minus and 4 plus together gets you 0. And therefore, you can now determine that the carbon should be -4. Remember, in these exercises, what I'm looking for are the oxidation numbers, all right? So I'm looking for oxidation numbers, not the charges. So please write down -4 and +1 for the carbon and hydrogen, not 4 minus and 4 plus. Hope this helps. Please let me know if you have any further questions. The rest of them should follow the rules, and I will provide you with more video tutorials.